Hello,
Alright.
hi.
Hi. So welcome to another episode of Quarter Life Crisis. So Quarter Life Crisis is basically interviewing different people from different sector and gives a sneak peek to someone's life in their journey of their job or their career. So I have with me Saiful Rizal. He is an owner of the Math Prodigies Learning Center, and he's also the #1 Amazon best-selling book. It's called, let me check, Mom Help Me Score A in Math. Yeah, so Saiful, thank you for coming for this podcast.
Yo, welcome.
All right.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, so tell me more about what Math Prodigy Learning Center is about.
Okay, so basically, right, the idea is this. The children hate math.
Yes.
Some people,
Oh my
some
God.
children can't do math to save their lives, right?
Right, yeah.
So, number one, they're helpless, and number two, they hate it because they just, find it very difficult and they cannot do it. They just find it, very tedious, I guess. Okay, so the idea is we wanted to combine fun, making it fun, at the same time also making it into a symbol for overcoming obstacles in your life.
Oh, that's nice.
So make it easy, make it fun, and make it something like a symbol to overcome things in your life.
Right.
So these three things were the one that I had in mind. So I was actually, my background was actually as a motivational speaker, as a life coach, and I began that way.
Oh.
The issue, however, was that a lot of parents don't see the tangible value of getting such a program.
Yeah.
So they would rather go for study programs and things like that. So that's when my first business, I would say, almost flopped.
Okay.
It flopped. So the long story short is that I went on to decide to go to university, and I was like, hey, Singapore is all about education.
Correct. Yeah.
So why if I combine the motivation aspect plus the
education
study,
part, right?
So that's when the math project was born.
Right.
So the whole idea is to make it fun, make it easy. Then that's what we've been doing for the last almost 7 years. To actually help the kids. Yeah,
Right. Wow, 7 years. That's a very, very long time.
Okay lah. Okay.
I think
For me, it feels like quite fast. It's been quite. Journey.
That's great.
Yeah.
When things are fast means I guess you're enjoying what you're doing.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So, in all subjects, why math? I mean, there are other subjects like science, and then there's English. Yeah. Why math?
More like a personal connection for me, like a personal affinity. So like when I was in school back then, right? Math was like my most hated subject. I really hated it. I don't understand it. I don't understand why you must do it. We're not gonna apply this in life, right?
Yeah.
So that's the whole idea.
Right.
So then I said, okay, since a lot of kids hate math, right? And for me myself, what happened was I jumped from F9 to an A1 in like 6 months. 5 months.
5 months. Wow. Okay.
And before the O levels lah. So
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Should be friends with you.
So what happened was that the last 5 months I just sit down and like, you know what, I have to fix this once and for all, because this really is not a demonstration of who I am. I can do a lot better. Like my languages are super strong. I got A1s for English, Lit, Malay, Higher Malay, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But then when it comes to math and science, all like D7, C5s, all over the place. And my teacher told me, Saiful, what happened to you? Why is your language so strong and your math, your science are very, very weak? And I told her basically that because I am a right-brained person. This is grounded in science, semi-science, right? So, what happened was my teacher, Mrs. Chi, she looked at me, she was like, it's complete bullshit. Right?
Oh my God, I love your teacher.
There's no such thing. You go and find out online and see whether math people actually use their right brain and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So I did. And I searched and they said yes. Because the right brain is more for like
logical,
out,
right?
No, right brain is more for like creative thinking. Like how you figure out like new ways to find answers to a question.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
But the left brain is more for like the logical part where you structure your thinking. So for mathematicians, they always combine both. They use both the left and the right. For as of any profession or whatever. Also.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, wow, that's a really nice story.
Yeah.
And I like how your teacher tells your bullshit.
Yeah.
I love it, man. I love it. Yeah.
Yes.
So these Math Prodigies, when was it started? 2011?
Yeah, around there. I honestly can't remember anymore. 7 years, 2012.
2012.
Around there, yeah.
So what made you want to start a tuition learning center instead of tutoring? Because like tutoring, right, it's like so not not say easy, but it's like it's easier than running a business. Yeah, you just go to the kid or to the student, right, and then just do one-on-one.
Right.
Like that's, I think a lot of people, it's flexible. So what made you want to jump from tuition center?
I did do one-to-ones back when I was in school. Even when I was like, I think 16 or 15, I was already giving tuition.
Oh, nice.
To my cousins, as usual, like,
right.
Cousins,
yeah.
And after that, I progressed to slowly doing one-to-one with my other people outside. So I've been teaching for a very long time, like 15 years, around there.
All right.
So
and you're not under MOE.
I'm not under MOE.
Exactly.
I don't want to be under MOE. I'm kidding.
Same. No, I've taught in MOE school before. I taught in Northlight, and I feel that the teachers there are overworked.
Yes, that's the reason why.
Yeah, so I didn't want to join MOE. I like teaching. I teach in the side lah. And then like for you, you have your own control. You can teach whenever you want. That kind of thing.
I have a lot of friends who are teachers, and I really like respect to all of you because
respect, man.
You got CCA, you got the kids to take care of, you see them every single day. But to me, I would say I take the easy way out.
No, the one that you want lah. Not say easy way out. It's still hard to run a tuition center, right? They have their own difficulties and challenges lah, I would say.
But also like like the whatever amount of time is being controlled by by them. So I would rather have my own freedom to choose how many hours, what I want to teach, and all that kind of stuff. That will help the child. That I believe will be a lot better for them.
Yeah, definitely. And the thing about running this tuition center, right? What was like the first problem that you faced when you run this center, or like one lesson or big? I don't want to say mistake lah. Mistake are just lessons So what's one big lesson? Okay, throughout this running this tuition center that has been sticking with you for the is that one thing that I'm not gonna do this again?
I think that at the start it was actually quite smooth sailing.
Oh, okay. That's nice to hear.
When I first began, I remember that I had no money to actually set up my this is our own center, right?
Yeah.
We have we have 3 classrooms and all that.
Correct.
But back then I had no classroom whatsoever, so I was teaching from home and all that kind of stuff. But then I said I need to have my own center lah. But I'll begin with renting out a small room from somewhere. So Kembangan Plaza, just next door.
Yeah.
That's why I began renting a small room. They have a conference room over there. You can seat six students.
Oh, okay.
And a small
whiteboard,
right? Right. Yeah. That's it. I think I rented it for 35 per hour or 40 per hour.
Ooh,
kind of
okay.
thing.
Okay.
And I had only I was just out of another business before that, right? So I had losses and debt of about $20,000+.
Holy moly! Okay.
17 plus to 20 plus around there, yeah.
Okay.
So that's what I had. Sorry, it was $17,000. I just remember. Yeah. I haven't told the story for a very long time. But yeah. So what happened was I had $1,000 in my bank, and I said, okay, I'm gonna use this money and to make the payment for the first month of lease.
Yes.
So I paid that, and I had very little to zero money, I think.
Yeah.
So I was forced to go out and look for business. So I literally went to their houses.
Oh God! Right.
So I set up the website. Fortunately for me, during my time as an internet marketer, I learned copywriting, and I did it very, very well.
Nice.
And I was able to convince people very easily through the words
right.
I wrote on the website.
Yes.
So because of that, I managed to get, I think it was close to 10 or was it 12 students, right? Yeah. So instead of them to paying at the center, I said, because I wanted to make sure that, what's that called? I want to make sure that I know your child better, which I did, right?
Yeah.
But I would like to come to your place and, of course, at the same time, I will ask for the payment.
Correct.
So that's how I managed to hustle and desperately get the money.
Yes.
And then make sure that I have enough to roll over for the next month.
Oh my God.
Because I was in a very precarious position. What if I have no money coming in later,
Yes.
Yeah. And I really had no income of my own after that. So it was a hard time.
Right.
So that was quite okay because, like I said, I managed to get 10 to 12 students.
Yes.
And I was studying in NUS back then.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So Monday to Friday, I was a student.
Right,
NUS.
right. Yes.
Saturday, Sunday, I was a teacher. And,
oh my God.
I would teach non-stop to save up on the rental. So
right.
No breaks.
Oh my God.
So 2 hours, no break, next class. 2 hours, another class next.
Oh my God.
To save up on the rental. So it was a bit crazy.
Yeah.
And the business went pretty fast. It really appealed to the parents.
Yes.
My personal story of jumping from F9 to A1 in 5 months really appealed to the parents.
Oh, nice.
And I was the one teaching teaching it themselves.
Yes.
So it jumped very fast to like 50 students in like close to only 6 months, I think.
Right. Yeah.
So it was like, whoa, I got too many students already. Like I cannot handle anymore.
Right.
So this is where the lesson came in. Sorry,
Yes.
very long-winded.
No,
so
it's fine.
So here's where the lesson came in.
Right.
I hired my first staff.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I hired my first coach to help me out. And that was when I realized that, I cannot just pick anyone. You know what I mean? Like, the first person that came in, and like, okay, I need someone to help me. Now, okay, come, let's go. Right?
Okay.
And then I realized that he wasn't really that well equipped to teach the kids, and the standard was very different from where I was teaching.
Oh, okay.
I'm not saying that he's bad, right?
No,
he's good. It's just that not the same standard, like not the same high standard.
Not a lot of experience, I would say.
Experience he had, but the issue was the teaching style was very
different. Okay.
So like I'm very like fun, passionate, that kind of thing, right? Maybe his one was a bit more like mellow, not mellow, but very
not same energy as
not up, not as high as mine.
Okay, that makes sense.
So the class was very like quiet, you know. On the other hand, my classroom will be like super like noisy. The kids will be raising their hands, jumping around. So that was the thing that made something is really wrong here. I can't be giving two kinds of services from one, particular brand. So that was the first lesson.
Right.
So even though I learned that back then, I had a hard time finding the right talent after that.
Ooh,
so it's like a the whole kissing frog kind of situation.
Oh yes.
You have to kiss many frogs before you find the prince, right? That kind of thing.
Right.
So there was a lot of I would say turnover. Yeah. So people like come in, then they're like, sorry, this is not working. Change. Not working. Change. Not working. I think I find my first
which is how long?
Was really good. I think it took almost an extra year plus. Before I found him.
Okay.
It turned out to be my friend from US also.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's a theatre guy, so he's the same, similar like me. I had a theatre background. So we just did it lah. And his name is Mustafa. Then I hired him full time after that.
Great.
Like we just carry on. So that was the biggest lesson I would say, which is it's inevitable that you still have to go through, and go through a few people before you finally find the one that can help you get there to where you want to be with your vision.
Yes.
Like what I would say to like for future entrepreneurs who want to do this, right, is that you should always give like a probation period. So like maybe 3 months.
3 months. Okay.
Because a lot of people they might sound very good on the interview.
In
fact, the ones who sound the best normally aren't the ones who will perform the best also.
All right.
So that's what I realized. So I would rather do a probationary period, like 3 months. Now we do internships for 3 months.
Oh, okay.
So now we see from there, like out of 4 or 5 people, normally one of them will be the best. So I'll pick that one.
Oh, okay.
And they'll be my coach for the next group,
Okay.
And I just keep recycling. I just keep using the same method to get more people.
Right? And it works, right?
And it works. Yeah.
And with this also, you also, because you're just finding what the same kind of people that resonates with you, right? Because it's the same energy. Does this also helps you build culture in the tuition center or your business also?
Yes, definitely. So like the culture that we have at Math Prodigies is actually very family-based kind of culture.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
So we are all like very chill. Like, we want to have fun with the kids. We treat the kids like our own kids.
Right, yes.
And we are very invested in their results. So like, while, I don't know, I think a lot of centers are very result-centric, right?
Yes.
We also are, but we are more concerned about how the well-being of the child is.
Oh my God. That's so nice.
We're doing 90 plus, but something looks wrong with it. Like, are you okay? That kind of thing, right?
Oh, that's so good. So
like whenever like the child is like scoring 20 plus or whatever it is, right? Then we also focus on their morale. We always want to make sure that the kid doesn't feel like he or she is stupid or that kind of thing. Because they just say this thing a lot to themselves.
Correct, yes.
Well, I'm stupid. And I'm like, hello, why are you saying that? You're just reaffirming. I'll teach them the science behind your how you're forming the wiring of your brain cells and how you're reaffirming that and making it a reality.
Oh my God, yeah.
So when kids hear these kind of things, they hear like studies being done about all this stuff, they're like, oh, I shouldn't be saying that. So they're like, whenever I'm stupid, like, I'm smart. There was one girl who did that.
So you bring up a very good thing that I think most of us face, which is a negative, I would say in the psychology term, a negative reinforcement, right?
Yes.
So you say a lot of negative stuff to yourself to the point that your brain actually, wires to the point that you're negative.
Correct.
And the thing is, if they don't get this out of when they're young, right? When they get older, right? Oh my God, it will be very drastic.
Exactly.
And I really thank you for this because, like you say, results are one thing, but the well-being is also another. Because I do teach during the volunteer teaching programming, and then I don't really care about their projects. It's more important about their progress and their well-being. Like, are you okay? Yeah. Then for me, I really push, because results is one thing, right? So I want to push value-oriented learning. So I impart as much values as I can.
Right.
And for you, it's like over there, I don't know if you guys can see, there's this thing called agreements. I put rules. I think rules have a bad name. That's
why I put
agreements. And it's good because you tell them like, okay, we agreed to this, rather than say, okay, this is my rule.
Exactly.
You better listen to what I say, and then if not, you get punished. I like this. I really like this. So how do you learn all of these things?
Oh my God, I've gone for like so many programs. It's
oh
crazy.
my God. How many?
So many.
Countless.
I did a calculation. I was scared because I did a calculation of how much I spent to to actually do this. I think I did calculated back in 2018. I think.
Right.
And I already had accumulated about $120,000 worth of training programs that I've gone for.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It is.
So even like things like this, I learned from this guy called Craig. He's from Super Camp. So if you heard of Super Camp?
No, sounds super.
So they're like a huge summer camp in the US. Like thousands of kids go to the.
Oh my God, dreams.
Do accelerated learning.
Right.
And basically the guy, the trainer for one of these camps, he basically came around to Singapore. One of my friends, Melvin, if you know Melvin, so he actually brought him to share.
To Singapore.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So Melvin actually is also a super camp trainer from Singapore. So he got to know him as a friend and all that. Then he began to like, would you like to come up with something like a program to teach the trainers themselves how to train kids? Yeah. So like what he said, like this one is you have to buy in. Like the what's in it for me, the WIIFM is very, very strong for the kids. Like, I have to listen to you. Why?
Right.
Because you will get better. You want to get better in this, right?
Yeah.
But why don't I get better? They're like, that's your reason. No. My mother said so. Oh, no, that's not the real reason. So I have to go in deeper until I have touched something in their heart that's the reason why. And it can be something as weird as because I want to get that PlayStation. Not weird, like something as superficial as that. Or it can be something for some kids it's more matured. They're more like I want to do kind of to prove to myself that I can do it. Or I want to prove to my parents who always been telling me that I can't do it. When you shouldn't, I can do it. So until you get to that buy-in, that's when you can teach them. And like all these like agreements, like participate 100%, all that, right? I have to set the tone at the start of the program. So like in January, I make all the coaches give the same program, which is the first 1 hour and a half almost. We set the foundation, right? We set the 4 agreements and make sure they agree. And every time, whenever we go into a class, let's say, and the child is not agreeing to not doing any of these things, we actually tell them, wait, we agreed, didn't we, that you wanted pass 100%, and you remember why. And kids are very easily forget stuff. They agreed today, tomorrow they forget already. So in 1 week later, they might be actually forgetting a lot of things. So we have to keep reminding them.
Yes. Oh my God, that's so cool. And the thing is, you spend 120,000. Have you seen the ROI or the returns of that? Right? Definitely. And how do you honestly? Because like I think we both also went to like Tony Robbins, right? And it costs a lot of money. So how important is it for self-growth and self-learning?
How important is what? Going for the program?
Yeah, going for the program. And like, what are the myths of the? Oh my God, so many myths. Like, hey, why you go for this? For example, $1,000 course, is it worth it or not? Will you get that money back? That kind of thing. Because I think a lot of people get that mindset of being conned, right? It's like, alamak, go this program, $1,000. You sure like it will help you, man? It's like, it's talking about values. I also can learn that kind of thing. It's like like, do you experience the same, I guess, like comments about you going, because 120,000 is a lot. And how do you get back that money back? Or is there is it more than money?
Okay, so let's give you an example of a program that I was like, am I crazy for signing this up, right?
Right.
So there was one guy called Joel Bauer. Have you heard of him?
No.
So Joel Bauer is like a guy who teaches you how to close from the platform, like from a stage, like trade shows. Or
Okay.
So he's been doing this for like a very long time. He's like super old, I think like 50 plus or something. No, 60 plus or something like that. But he looks good and he's very eloquent in his language. He's able to convince people to buy stuff.
Yeah.
So I went for this program, right? Basically it's like a preview seminar, right? By Wealth Mentors. Yeah. Then I went there and then I was like looking around. Okay, there's at least gonna be about I think 100 people there. So there's 100 possible people that you can sign up, right?
Yeah.
And the program he revealed to us was like a 5-day program, and it is $10,000. Yeah.
Fuck.
So $10,000. I'm like, wait, that's about 15k Sing.
Sing, yes.
Okay, that's great. That's a lot of money. Okay, but then back then I was like, how much money do I have in my bank? Okay, about 23. Okay, so I got by the time I'll be like, wow, I'm wiping out a lot of my money, right?
Right,
okay.
Yeah.
And back then I remember I just bought a car and all that kind of stuff. So a lot of money has been depleted. I'm like,
Yes.
am I sure about this? You better be sure about this, Saiful, or else you're gonna lose all the money, right?
Yeah.
And what's my mother gonna say, right? Like,
Yes.
you're gonna lose a lot of money.
Oh, yeah,
You're
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Like,
Yes.
Yeah. So the thing that made me really decide to get it was when I saw out the 100 people, I think he closed almost 30 or 40 of them. Yeah.
Ooh.
So imagine like in that 2-hour pitch, right?
Right.
3-hour pitch, I think. Let's say 30 lah. 30 multiplied by 10,000 US. That's
Oh my God.
300,000 US.
Yes.
450,000 Sing.
Yes.
In 3 hours.
Holy shit.
If that guy can do that, I'll learn from him.
Right.
So that's when I decided to jump on board lah.
Okay.
So I was I was scared. I was like, are you sure? Like you're doing it? Oh my God. Then
It's a lot of money.
lead on. I'm like, oh my God, are you sure you're really okay? And then the program actually happened, and I learned everything. I'm like, okay, this is worth it. But now it's time for action. No, I'm gonna use the So immediately the week after I came back, I was super excited, pumped up, like let's do this, man. Then I went to the Kembangan Plaza and had a seminar room. Now we have our own seminar room, but
nice.
last time we didn't have.
Yeah.
So we went there, and I remember we managed to get about 23 people, parents to come for the program.
Yeah.
We were actually sharing with them how our program Teenage Mastery back then what would help the children, teenagers to be excited about life, change their mindset, all that kind of stuff. And I sold it back then, was still very cheap, $997 only.
$997. Okay.
So like $1,000
Yes.
for and it's very long. It's for like a 3-month program.
Whoa,
so
that's worth the money. I
So
feel like that's worth the money.
exactly,
Yeah.
right? So it's a 3-day camp plus every month we will like catch up with them, make sure that everything is on track, blah, blah, for like 3 months.
Okay.
So and it was the first time ever that I was doing it. So I was nervous. I remember that when I went up there, I was like, okay, I'm going to start revealing the price of this program. Just to give you an idea, before this, I had done something similar by myself and I failed completely.
Yeah.
So I asked them, I said, this is $997. Okay, how many of you would like to sign up? Please raise your hand. No one raised their hand, and everyone looked down as if like I wasn't there, and like was complete silence.
Oh, damn.
And I said this one thing. I felt so uncomfortable. I remember feeling like sweating about, like my heart is like pumping really fast.
Right. Yeah.
And I was like, I said this one thing that no salesperson should say. I said, is it too expensive?
Obviously.
Yeah. Then everyone just like get quiet and it's okay then. Thank you very much for coming. Blah blah blah. Right? And I was very sad by then. I was like, okay. 0 sales. But this time around, I revealed the price, and knowing the techniques that I know, I used it. Managed to get 17 people to sign up.
Oh my!
So it was a ridiculous closing ratio. 17 out of
23. That's a lot,
It's crazy.
That's crazy.
So even like the best platform speakers, like the consistently they can close 50%. So this is roughly about 75%.
Right?
So it was quite good lah. So I was like, oh my God, it worked. Oh my God, right? So then I was like, hey. So in that particular time, like all of us were a bit like. Even my staff, they were like,
I also would get shocked.
How do you do that?
Yeah.
And I remember I even used the close where they had to line up. So I'm like, okay, please line up from 1 to like 10. I'm going to give 10 spots over here. Then boom, like more than 10. Oh my God, there's 17 of them. Okay, like all of you can get this price if you sign up now.
Right.
A whole long queue of people.
Holy moly.
And I was like, oh my God, this is happening. This is really happening. And I like couldn't believe it, you know.
Right.
So that skill passed on. I mean, I began to use it every single time.
Yeah.
Every month we would do previews. That's how
Nice.
we sign people up.
Right.
And sure enough, of course, that's how we generate money from from our
Of
business.
course, yeah. Oh my God.
And that's one skill that I think is very valuable. So that's one example of something that I would say, yes, worth it. Yeah.
Yeah.
As to whether people say it's crazy, of course, you know, my mom
It
said,
is.
you're crazy, is it?
Yes, I would say it's crazy.
You still get a refund.
Can you just go for a bit, then get a refund?
Yeah, can you please work and get a refund? Don't be crazy, right?
Yeah.
You work so hard for this money for a year plus to get that amount of money. Suddenly you can spend it on 5 days. Are you crazy? Yeah. But I would say to all those people who say these things, is like people who go for programs, right? There are two types. One is the one who go for them, and then they rah-rah, then they come back, and 1 week later, everything they forget.
Yes.
Then there's the other side, which is they rah-rah, and then they apply. Rah-rah, apply. Then after that, they apply. Once they apply, then they get the benefit from it.
Yep.
So a lot of people will say, oh, I went for this program, so nothing happened to my life. Yeah,
right.
because you didn't apply it.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is. Like,
so
no point.
Exactly. So my whole thing is that I must implement. Okay, even
Yeah.
like, let's say I take like 30 things out of this whole thing. I will sit down and say, okay, what are the top 3? And that's the 3 that I want to focus on. Because I cannot focus on 30 things, right? So these 3, let's take action, and then boom, I will see my business elevate. Yeah, that's how it works.
Oh my God. So guys, for these 5 minutes, I'm selling this course, no lah. For $999. No, but the thing is, I do believe that like self-improvement is so much more worth it than things, material things, because these are the skills that it will stick to you if you apply it. So all of these things are like what Tony Robbins say lah. It's all of this knowledge, right? It's all potential energy. So you have to make it into kinetic energy. Yes. So you have to do action towards it. Whether you feel or what, at least you have done it, and then you could see the success. And learning from a pro, right, is so much better than learning from like someone who's not very good at their skill or what. Exactly. So that's why you pay a premium for them. Exactly. That's why we pay for Tony Robbins. It costs a lot, but for the self-improvement that we got from it, right, I think it's way better than what, than just looking at videos, and that, and the environment and the people around also really helps a lot lah. Yeah, like you say, I like what you say lah. There's 2 types of people lah. The one that do it, execute, and the one that doesn't. Either way, like in the end, we learn because I think we both execute in such things and I really thank you for that, because like a lot of people like feel like they can't get anything written by just hearing people, but that's not the point. The point is you have to execute what they did. So and I think people just don't see the value, the immediate value of it. It's just like, oh, listen to a person for 15K, what you get in return. They always see the immediate value. And for us, I think we are more long term. That's why you will see like, okay, this is going to be worth it. I'm going to apply it and then see how it goes. So I'm probably going to buy a 2,000 course about podcast also. How to improve and then you say you were in university, right? So what course did you go through?
I went through NUS Business School.
Right.
I did the BBA.
What's that? I have no idea.
Bachelor of Business Administration.
Okay.
So basically, my idea was, if I go to business school, I will know how to run a business.
Business, right?
That was BS. That was a complete BS.
BS, right?
A belief system.
Not bullshit, belief system only. So I don't know if you want to ask this question, but do you think a degree helps in running a business?
Okay, so for the BBA, right? Okay, there are parts of it that I find very relevant. For example, the accounting part that I learned. I learned how to do accounting, I learned how to read spreadsheets. Balance sheets.
Yes, balance sheets, correct. Spreadsheets.
Okay, so I learned to read all that. So whenever every month when I see my own balance sheets and income statements and all that, I know exactly what's going on. I know what exactly to look out for. These are very important stuff. Right? But on the management side, right, when they say business management or business administration, they really mean administration, like how you would become an admin for other businesses,
right?
Yes. So it doesn't really help me there. And I think, however, that NUS Business School has come a long way to help promote entrepreneurship. So I see like a lot more courses coming up for entrepreneurship.
That's great.
But when I was there, honestly, it wasn't really value adding to my dreams of having my own business and all that. Right. So, like for example, right, so I began my business, Prodigies. exactly when the first time when I entered NUS.
Oh damn!
So when I was sitting there for the interview, because I couldn't go in with my grades.
Yes.
I had an ABB for my A levels. They did AAA.
Oh, what? Oh god!
They did it straight A's.
Oh my
which I
god!
didn't have. So I had to go through discretionary admission.
Yep.
Then I told them about how I've started math prodigies and all that kind of stuff. That's why they let me in.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So it was great. And the people in NUS Business School, I would say they are super competitive, super I would say the top minds. Right.
Right.
But I think in terms of entrepreneurship, not many of us are there.
Ooh.
Not many of us. Yeah.
So like, what's the difference between a business administration and entrepreneurship in your own words?
I think business admin is more like I said, how you run a business.
In an admin.
The admin side of the things. So
and then
the accounting.
Right.
The operations manuals or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So how you see all all these things that are like the business already running. But the entrepreneurship is like, for me at least, I see like
starting.
How do you start up a business?
Yeah.
How do you identify opportunities? How do you know how to capitalize on those opportunities?
Right.
And what method you're going to use? And a lot of the methods they taught in school were not relevant.
It's very traditional or outdated.
Word of mouth, blah blah blah, that kind of thing. There was like one module on what was it on
social media,
technopreneurship.
Cool. Kind of right.
So there was one that really like I was like, oh, that was good. The professor even like asked me, can I take a look at your website? So I showed her the website, and then she gave me a very good analysis of what I need to do. Like, oh wow, that's
great!
Really good.
Yeah,
so
oh my god!
Relevant.
Yeah,
I remember that class very well.
Only one module of many modules that you've gone through. Right.
But because I think I also didn't take the higher modules. So what happened was I was so busy with teaching, right?
Right.
On the weekends and everything, I kind of lost track of my school studies.
Yeah.
So in the end, I did not have a major. Like others don't have a major.
Yeah.
I was like still looking for that entrepreneurship module. So I went for this one, I went for that, and for this, and for that. And in the end, I never took the higher level modules. Level 4,000, level 3,000, all that kind of stuff.
I have no idea what's that.
Basically, like marketing 101. So I was like marketing 1001, that kind of thing. Yeah. So that would be like 1,000 is the lowest level.
Yeah.
2,000 is like higher, 3,000, 4,000. So basically, the higher end modules, you will get the much more in-depth lessons and all that kind of stuff. All the education is better and the better professors and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
So however, for me, I didn't go that high. So I cannot say like, okay, it's not useful, but I know that it's definitely going to be on the path towards running a business or helping someone run their business instead.
Okay.
But in terms of entrepreneurship, I think nothing better than going down and then starting doing it by yourself. But best would be if you have a mentor with you, who would actually be alongside you as we go ahead.
Yeah. So I think, education-wise, it brings some value, but not the value that you want, especially if you want to run a business or be an entrepreneur, start your own business, right?
Correct.
So, nowadays, I think like NUS have their own club, but not really modules. I'm not sure.
They have the entrepreneurship club when I was there also.
Oh, really?
So
did you join?
I was so busy I couldn't go anywhere. I was staying in hall, so I had a lot of CCAs like theatre, drama, theatre, singing, and all that kind of stuff that I was doing. I was so busy that I had no time for anything else. But I do know that the entrepreneurship club has produced a lot of like entrepreneurs like Carousel founder, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So I think the other part of the education that I think is very valuable is going to university itself. So like the fact that you go to university, you have to balance like 8 million things at the same time, you know. And for me, I had to balance that and my studies and my business. You know, so I was like, oh my god, how am I going to do this? I honestly thought I was not going to graduate, but I graduated with just nice a 3.5.
Oh, great!
Just nice. I was able to make it. I was able to score a lot of A's at the end, but then I was like, oh man, it was too like gone case from the start. So there was no way of pulling it up anyway. But I think the whole idea of balancing your life, you know, how to communicate with people, you know, and how competitive it was, really made it like a simulation of how the real world is, right? Yeah. So that part was very valuable, I thought, and creating the connections with the people around there. Yeah, like I got to meet the APAC director of Pearson. Pearson, the book publisher. So it was eye-opening. He had like 2,000 people under his in his company.
That's a lot.
And he was managing all these people. I'm like, oh my god! So I got to him, talk to him one-to-one.
Oh, great! Oh, wow!
Mentorship. Yeah. And then that opened up some opportunities and all that kind of stuff. I would say that the connections, like I said, the ability to manage your life and all that kind of stuff, the competitiveness and all the communication stuff, all these are valuable things you don't see when you look at a university education, but these are things that you learn along the way and like, oh wow, that was valuable.
Yeah.
I don't remember the lessons, but I remember the lessons from the communication of what was going on in the group or whatever. Yeah. That's what I think.
So the communication, the people that you surround with, the competitiveness, and then and the people that they bring in, because NUS is a very good brand. They bring in very big people to come in, and I think I do agree that education helps in that. I mean, for me, I didn't graduate from uni, but I mean, there's always a way to find this kind of people.
Yes,
if you're hungry enough, you can find it.
Definitely.
So let me end off with this last question. What is one advice, for example, NUS students out there who want to start their business, but they also want to study? What's like one advice that you tell yourself back then? Because you juggle so much, right? So what's one thing? Because some of them like, oh, I'm studying, but I also want to start a business. So what's one advice?
I would say start now, because the longer you wait, the more you're gonna get into the whole routine of things, and then you will never ever start. So I would even suggest if you can start before you enter.
Wow, that's a good advice.
Enter school, because that's when I started. After I went for the admission, I'm like, oh my god, I should start now, right? Because I know that I will never ever forgive myself if I go and then after that, let's say I get into the whole corporate world, and I will never go back to becoming a business owner.
Definitely.
And the freedom of being a business owner, to do whatever you want, and to impact the world in the way that you were supposed to do. That was really, really like it the it in life, So start now, I would say. Even though you don't know where to start, just start.
Start
somewhere.
Start somewhere. Exactly. Something something that you like, right?
Correct. And then like if you say it's a particular like an NUS kid or someone who's very, very like book smart, right? I would say that don't overthink it. A lot of my friends are really so much smarter than I am. Like a lot of them. They could easily do 10 times the business that I'm doing right now. But they are not, because they chose security over the risk of running the business. You know? I know, like they can definitely do it. So if you're watching this and is he talking about me? Yes, I'm talking about you. Yes. Stop that and let's do it now.
Exactly.
Do that now. And if you can, the best way is to find a mentor. And when I was younger, I think I'm around your... How old are you again?
I'm 26 years young.
I was much younger back then. So 21 when I began. I was very, very egoistical, I would say.
I don't need no one help, right?
I don't want someone to help me. I don't want a mentor. Nope, I don't want that. I want to do it on my own. You know? But I realized that was just stupid. That was just foolish. Because imagine I go back, if I could turn back time, I would just go back and meet Adam Khoo, who is in this business and has done very well. And I would say, can you mentor me, or can I work for you? And then I would learn the ropes, and then from there I can create my own after that. I would be much further ahead. So that would be my second piece of advice, which is start now, but start with someone who is a mentor who's achieved that dream that you want to live, even if it means working for him over the weekends or as an internship or whatever it is. Go ahead and do that. Maybe to complete it as a third piece of advice, I would say ask yourself who is the person that you can help most, and normally that person is the person that you were 10 years ago.
So
nice. For me, I asked that question. I said, 10 years ago, I was in secondary school. I was failing in math. That's why I began math. I can help this person who requires motivation, blah, 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 and let's combine it with math. That's when it came out. So normally it's the person who you can help 10 years ago, who was you yourself, So how can you help that person? And that will be the best way to start your business, I feel.
Great. Oh my God, that's really great. So thank you. I asked for one, but you gave three. That's what a business is. Over value the what do you call it?
Under promise, over deliver.
Yes, correct. All right. So thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. This is the podcast with Saiful. You want to plug in anything? Do you have like math camps?
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you have any children, or most probably you don't, right? But but if any cousins or nephews or whatever who are looking to get help for math, you can come to Math Prodigies.
Yeah.
Our website is www.mathprodigies.com, and there's like a free trial class. If you want to come, please go ahead. If you need some advice or whatever, you can also DM me. My Instagram is at coach.saiful.
Yeah, coach.saiful.
Or Facebook also can. Saiful Rizal. Okay?
All right. Okay, so thank you. All right. Thank you so much.
All right.
See ya. Bye.